That is a ring is a gyroscope sitting in its own juices.
The most fascist state.
And now you send an electrical impulse up.
Some of them people with spina bifida are really brilliant, man. Don't have nothing to do with what's in your head.
What?
Well, we lose by the cops for speeding in Delaware.
Well, you know, I mean, Phil Hockey or whatever his name is, Howard Hockey, the guy, you know what I mean, the physicist.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's taking care of it. He's doing something with a consciousness that's above and beyond the direction and discipline of most of it. Hockey.
Why?
Because he's had this crippling disease. It's driven him down into a little.
Is that the guy coming up now?
He's the physicist. Yeah,
Hockey.
What?
Hockey. So what I'm saying is that if you've got a spine and your body is right, then you can't count on getting
What about Stephen Hawking?
That's what I was talking about. There's a guy who, despite the fact that his body is crippling him, has managed to keep single-pointedness enough to be the master physicist on the planet at the current time.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is, that's how he's overcome a real handicap. If you don't have one, there's nothing but an excuse. Like your anus, you're allowed one. If that's it, now get off of it. Get your back straight. Because if your back's straight, your food's going to digest better. You're taking the weight off your diaphragm. Therefore, more ki, chi, whatever the hell you want to call it, a punch in the gut will tell you real fast whether or not you can take it. If you're here, you're going to have, and your heart's going to be in your teeth. True? I mean, I boxed. My father taught me how to box. He was middleweight champ at Notre Dame in his sophomore year, in the Rodney era.
I told him I didn't want to do that violent bullshit.
So, well, what I was getting at is if your back is straight, then the tendency to not sit around lop-headed or forward-headed or whichever, you know, maintains the gyroscopic effect of what the head is all about. So that the brain sits in its own soup. What meditation is all about, huh? Get everything together so that you can, from your anus all the way to your pineal through the thalamus, one drip of there. That's just like coming, right? Enter! Enter! Shakespearean enter! Enter, my friend! Hey, norml.
Hey, tell me, when you were walking up the hall, did you smell marijuana walking up the hall?
No, I did not. And I was aware of that. I knew
DC partner.
that I might.
Once we had an office in the press club for 2 years. National Press Building.
There's a lot of marijuana smell.
I don't want to insult you, but there's a start.
You think so?
It's the end of everything, and I start all over again. But it's like end of 5 months.
I think every room is just like that.
You do?
Yeah.
I love you, kiddo.
I want to hang out.
Herman's
I wouldn't
been
hang
gone.
out here if I didn't think that.
Right.
And then have a little salt in your head before you leave.
That's right.
Matches and anything or that kind of stuff, ashes or stuff on there. And when you have this, that's yours.
Yeah.
Take it, and you can get back up on my pillow if you want.
Well, I think the organization should have...
You know Jack, don't you, Tom?
That's what we've done.
Jack Carrera?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you got a reputation.
You have a reputation.
Because he's worked hard on it.
You have to hold this reputation up like your pants, or?
I'll tell you, 12 years ago, when we learned all this stuff, we 12, 14 years ago, we turned it all over to...
That's yours?
Yeah.
Take it, and you can get back up on my pillow if you want.
Well, I think the organization should have...
You know Jack, don't you, Tom?
That's what we've done.
Jack Carrera?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you got a reputation.
You have a reputation.
Because he's worked hard on it.
You have to hold this reputation up like your pants, or?
I'll tell you, 12 years ago, when we learned all this stuff, 12, 14 years ago, we turned it all over to...
Pretty soon news time, guys.
What's the guy's
5:30, 6 o'clock here.
What's the guy's name? Used to be
5:30 is all local stuff.
Keith Stroop?
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
Remember Keith Stroop?
Strop, like in cop. Remember what Patrick Anderson said
Okay.
in the book. Let's get that straight.
So thank you for the correction. Keith Stroop, the other people.
Do you have,
They wouldn't believe us for all those years. They would go up. They
This
would
is his.
meet us in California.
We should make copies of it.
Oh, pardon me.
They would meet us in California functions, and they would try to avoid us. God, they was talking about Hampton bacon and Pfizer and all these other things. Why don't you just allow legalize it for smoking? I said, I want to legalize it for smoking. I'm a citizen. Once you find out a come up like this, and you get you teach it. That's all. There's no big secret to it. There's no big. You don't have to come down to some mystical place in your soul. You know, the fucking truth will just be the truth. You know.
That's yours.
I'm not a professor.
Whose folder is this? Is this mine?
No, it's your folder.
Okay, good. Great.
I know that if you read, you get the facts, and you finally get it right.
Well, I feel a transformation coming on now that I've had a couple of.
Oh no, tie-dye
I feel like Michael
There's no
Moran.
color.
All right.
Whoa! Abuse of any drug is its own punishment. Camp Committee for Marijuana Prohibition. Join together now and follow me. I'm not sure where I'm going, but we're going right up Fifth Avenue. Good to be back again this year. Well, I know I feel like Michael Moran because I'm wearing the Medicine Eagle crystal. That's why. That's it.
All right. Where was it?
No wonder I felt like making a speech.
Oh man. I lost that crystal. I lost that crystal from JS's truck. It fell out. Eh?
Right, July 15th.
Whoa, man. Wait till he sees this on me. No, I didn't, it wasn't in the truck. It didn't fall down. There. Proof.
I thought was pot.
See the eagle? Can you see the eagle?
To get back to
They were really bad.
And that's Afghanistan crystal. It was given to me by a brother when they were still bleeding in Afghanistan. So that every day in my prayers I could use that point against my heart and feel the pain. Until the Kurds came and I hurt even more.
No,
But anyway. Whoa! Hey, bro. He's Capricornicus. All you guys that got stuff on me, you got to talk to him and negotiate because he's got the master file and the access where everybody else has got it down. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Everything's coming tomorrow with the students. I just came by myself.
Michael Moran commissioned me to make a very controversial video following him around the country on the marijuana trial. And it was a trip. He would get the film crew so stoned that they would sit the cameras down and wander off, you know. And then later we'd all come running back and they'd still be there, you know. So we were all under some protective karmic bubble that Medicine Eagle had woven. It was a wild party. So we made all of this video cut together of the marches in New York, D.C., and press conference. He hired. What if you gave a press conference and nobody came? What would you do? You know, the media always ignores marijuana, and so Moran personally invited ABC, NBC, and CBS. They had a big traditional gathering for him, you know, and that was a political act.
$160 worth of food.
Right, that was a statement. Right
In the
there.
National Press Building. And I showed up in a three-corner hat and costume that I bought.
It's really,
and it's all on videotape.
Yeah, a couple of broadcast cameras.
Plus, didn't you get me at the Nice hearings once?
Yes, and we had, I had press credentials. Moran was a brilliant tactician. He figured out how to get a low-life derelict like me House and Senate press credentials, which immediately upped my stock as a cameraman around town, you know. So I went with my badges on, but I used one of those little tiny consumer cameras. And I walked into the press box with a consumer camera. That's just never done, and the guards got suspicious. They thought that, and then they saw me looking at Moran. They saw Moran and I making some kind of eye contact across the room, so they figured out I was with this lunatic, and that they wouldn't let me videotape. But of course, I have a First Amendment right, and I have press credentials. But every time I moved my camera over towards Mies, the guards would come over to me and put their hand up and tell me to stop it.
I went to him 6 months ago.
Very strange and discriminatory behavior, you know. Especially when I swung the camera around to get you sitting back in the room. I mean, they could see that. You can see where a camera lens is pointing, you know. They're like, and when they saw that, man, they got really unfriendly. But they couldn't throw me out. I had press credentials. I was being quiet and well-behaved, and they couldn't throw me out.
Camera didn't hum, you know.
Yeah.
And I was being Once, you know, he and I have done things before. I mean, and plus he's followed me around, and he's one of those people that I never, the lights on, it can be real close, he can do the floodlights. And other than my eyes adjusting to suddenly the light, there's nothing. I mean, you know, we're technically, I've gripped for him, so there's a sense of camaraderie, right?